What's going on YouTube? Here's your fellow weeb ninja, AmaterasuNinja, and we're here with another anime analysis where we review animes as they air, and you basically tell me if it's worth it or not, or if you're gonna get into the anime. But anyways, we're gonna get into My Happy Marriage episode 5, and if you don't know, quick backstory. Basically, it's a Miyo, our main character, is basically mistreated by her family, treated as a slave in her own family because she doesn't have powers, and essentially she is sold off to live with a supposedly horrible man, which she ends up falling in love with, him being so understanding and loving towards Miyo, even finding out about her past and how horrible it was, thus leading him to treat her better. And with that being said, let's just get into it. So we start off episode 5. Miyo is trying on new kimonos and essentially says, "There's too many and they're so nice, I can't possibly accept them." Kuro again responding, "Consider it a gift for the hair tie that," again, watch my previous episode, video on the previous episode so you understand a little bit more. And essentially to convince her, otherwise she wouldn't, since she's so apologetic, she's been treated horribly, she's never had somebody treat her so fucking nicely before, so of course, Kuro being smart, just does that, and she gladly accepts it, even though the hair tie was a gift for the comb that she received. But anyways, Koji's father then later has a meeting with Kaya, Miyo's, our protagonist, sister, and essentially she reveals that Miyo's new happy life with Kuro by showing her a picture, and this makes her reasonably upset for her character, of course. And back at Kuro's, Miyo is preparing dinner later that day for Kuro and Gero, again, somebody from the last episode, as a thanks for her and Hana having their reunion. Again, this is the last episode, and essentially, somebody, an old maid from her original house, or her family, essentially was trying to protect her, and she got fired on the spot for that, because again, her family used to treat her really bad. Just want to emphasize that. On the way there, Goro brings out how beautiful Miyo is, and he can't wait to try her cooking and get to see her again, bringing out Kuro's jealous side. And as soon as they arrive, Kuro quite literally kicks out Goro out the car and then threatens him with his ability by using a fire, which I found hilarious. It was so random, especially Kuro is mostly shown being a serious character, so him having a jealous side or just even threatening somebody like that is kind of strange, but well worth the laugh there. Miyo again greeting them, and as they arrive, and Kuro is basically in awe and in shock by her beauty, even calling her beautiful, to which again Miyo is quite flustered. And we cut back to Kaya once again, shown sitting alone and just angered by Miyo's newfound happiness. We cut back to the dinner party where Goro essentially tells Miyo to dump Kuro and marry him, and basically pushing his luck at this point, which Kuro does get a little shocked by this, but Miyo, being the lovable wife she is, essentially turns him down, saying that she only wants to be with Kuro. And again, him explaining that it's a joke, that she shouldn't have taken it so serious. And I guess that's why he lets it slip, because he does have a jokeable personality. Is that how you say it? But essentially after dinner, Goro is sent home as he is drunk, and of course they send him in the car, so some kind of taxi, I'm assuming, or some shit. And as Kuro praises Miyo for the dinner, she says if everything turned out the way she wanted, to which she surprisingly says yes. And again, just reaffirming her, like, showing her that she can do things that are nice, and have somebody around her that's loving towards her. And we cut back to Kaya, and she's upset that her father won't listen to her, as he usually always listens to every whim that she offers or tells him to do. And basically she's being a spoiled princess, and she essentially is trying to convince him to let her marry Kuro instead, so that Mia would be less happy. And at this point, the father basically shuts her down, saying that she has so much time, or if she's so bored, she should work on being a greater housewife. Kaya, again, knowing that she can't use her father anymore, tries to use Koji, the original love interest for Mia, essentially to manipulate him to getting with Miyo, since he is in love with Miyo, and Miyo again having some or had some feelings for Koji as well, and Kaya calling Miyo a thing at this point, saying that she wants to be better than her in every way, there's no reasonable possible way that she should be this happy or whatever. Back at Kudo's place, Miyo is seen having another nightmare, and it appears that she has slightly awakened her spirit sight or her abilities. Kudo, checking up on her as she cries out in her sleep, senses this, waking her up, showing some concern, and even saying that she can open up to him even about nightmares or dreams, even though she doesn't have to do it right now, as clearly it was a horrible nightmare. And the next day, Miyo is seen preparing some bento, which is a box lunch for Kudo, as she is getting ready to deliver it to Kudo with Yurie. She essentially forgets her charm, which was given to her in the second episode, again saying that she should wear it whenever she goes out, never, always keep it on her, basically. Koji is then seen confronting his father and Kaya as they're plotting something where they use his love for Miyo against them, and Miyo is then seen arriving with Yuri to drop off the food, and to which Kudo gladly accepts the food, heads back to work, and Miyo then realizes that she forgot her amulet. As Miyo and Yuri rush home, on the way, she is essentially kidnapped off the street by some invisible men, presumably using their abilities, and dragging her off into a car and essentially knocking her out. The assailants were shown earlier in the episode, leaving Kaya in Koji's father's place, or where they were having the meeting. Koji is then told everything and finds out that his father knew about Miyo's abuse as a child, and his emotions rise. He uses his gift to essentially pick up everything in the room and destroy mirrors, windows, and all that, and essentially tries to fight his father. His father slams him to the ground and then ties him up. Later after that, after he's seen leaving, Koji's older brother, Kazushi, later frees him, and after a quick pep talk, telling him to get ready so that he can try again and save Miyo, he finds the courage and tries again as he goes directly to Kudo for help, and that's how the episode ends. So essentially, him realizing that he can't really do much as he's not too strong, Koji that is, he essentially ends up going to Kudo, as he has strong abilities, he's a general, so he already knows how to use his abilities to his max potential, or assuming that, right, since he is a general. I mean, you wouldn't just become a general and not have your powers awakened or understanding of that. But anyways, that's going to be the end of the episode. Not much to talk about here. I'm not really sure if there's a lesson to be taught in this particular episode. Well, it's nice to see that she was getting a happy life now, and that she's embracing it a lot more in this episode. Also, the charm also did play a huge part in this episode, as it's seen that she forgot it, and assuming it was some type of, at first I thought it was gonna be like some tracker type thing where Kudo essentially uses it by tracking his ability or whatever it's called, his foresight, and he was able to sense that charm. That's what I assumed it was gonna be at first, but it seems like it was just the charm was just to block out other people's foresight ability, or spirit sight, I should say. I keep saying foresight, but spirit sight, and it turns out maybe that was the case. Maybe it was supposed to block other people's ability, like these guys came in swooping out of the car, all invisible and stuff, and maybe that was supposed to nullify that, also giving her some protection. Obviously it is a charm, so we're just gonna have to wait and see until the next episode and see what happens. Hopefully they get her back. Hopefully they find out who it actually is, as Kudo is seen essentially showing or predicting that he knows who it is, meaning he might know that it's Koji's father. But anyways, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. Follow me on Twitch, subscribe, hit the noti bell so you don't miss the next episode when it comes out, or the next video I should say. And with that being said, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, fucking lovely nerds. Again, don't forget to follow. And with that being said, have a wonderful day. Peace out. Deuces.